Lavish. 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 Swear you live lavish. I tried to give you the world, then God told me you shouldn't have it. I've been a savage, got skeletons all in my attic. Yeah. This thing ain't free if you pay him a fee, then it'll vanish. Yeah. Vanish. I might just vanish to Paris. Balcony in the morning, I'll risk it all with the badders. Yeah. The whole things I done, I swear I didn't mean it with malice. Wait, unless you're the opposites, I pray it leaves you all damaged. I pick up the pace. Yeah. All in a mixture, he be with a do. Make you tell the truth. Gift and a curse, cause you're gifted with. I'm gifted with words. Living you learn, got split in two. Better than who, you ain't better than Deuce. I got better and better improve. I'm on some veteran moves. I might just move to the States. Buy me a and I'm good. I don't know.
Thursday night, the best night of the week for NBA basketball. Hi there, everybody, and thanks for being with us on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Now here's Fox. Clock at 6. Murray from outside. The Mavericks pull it in. One thing you can count on with this Mavericks team, they shoot threes.
All night long if you let them. I mean, near the top of the league for attempts beyond the arc. They do it every chance they can get.
In the dot, I'll be late. I was some models and actors were eating off Michelin plates. Fights out of state. Quick get away. Hey, quick little break. But when I get back, better line like.
We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline.
Some water in the cup, ice freezing. Seeing clips from last night, intriguing. I can't remember that chick I was kissing. Couldn't even get a number. Headed people, them are envy. When I deal with that baby in the VIP lounge. It's a young boy, fresh pista life. 7 the after life. Me and my brothers with a chop life. Top notch models. All white shoes, them are off-white chats, nonsense to me, I'ma go offline. Miami Beach chilling with the baddest chick, take her to the west and I fly her to the south side. Ain't nobody fly like me, spending on expensive, neck on my wrist, I see, small boy, but I'm mighty, ain't nobody fly like me,
The Pelicans come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. It's a single game return to Dallas as the Mavericks look for a boost from their hometown crowd.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
Here are the Mavericks now. And usually one of the league leaders in field goal percentage, Doris, Daniel Gafford. What a solid contributor.
Kevin, you love those role players who play within themselves, and that's exactly what Gafford gives you, an understanding of what his team needs: rim running, rim protection, and rebounding.
Now here's Valanciunas. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
With his strength, it isn't easy to upset Valanciunas with a little contact. You're going to have to get a lot more physical than that.
And McCollum with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. We've played just over a minute here in the first. McCollum right side. It's Ingram on the wing. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Look, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Now here's McCollum. His last outing with 20 points. Screen by Valanciunas. Pocket 6. Outside, Jones. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Gafford.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Irving, good.
Well, what a move from Kyrie to keep the defenders guessing as he moves in for the score.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
First team.
And part of the show tonight, Doris, Kyrie Irving's phenomenal handle.
Hey, Kevin, if you ask any NBA player who their favorite to watch is, many will come up with the name Kyrie Irving. It's the ability to have that elite handle, the footwork, the creativity, the ability to shoot a jumper, the pull-up, the lay-in. This guy is absolutely amazing.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Trains the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
3 points.
Have to admire the competitive mindset. Williamson proving he's up for the task, delivering the payback 3 there. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Irving attacking. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game. Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And the shot goes down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
That nice touch pass right there by Kyrie Irving. That was pretty.
Here's Williamson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw missing. Greg, what a remarkable run from the Dallas Mavericks in that 2010-11 NBA season.
And some say it's the toughest title any team has ever won. When you consider the juggernauts they took out, including the big 3 of the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals.
Out to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
It does not happen too often, but boy, when Luka gets the opportunity to throw it down, he relishes it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Here's Alvarado. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Don't you love guys who are willing to do the dirty work? Larry Nance's activity making him a factor on the rebounding aspect.
To the middle. The shot's good from Gafford.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Going inside. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
The other thing they're doing is making plays off the bounce. And, boy, once they get a step, they're getting all the way.
Here's Doncic. And as the season draws to a close, GA, we've got teams vying for playoff position, only adding to the importance of each game now.
And for those teams, you have to have the right mentality. You can't treat these like normal regular season games. These are an extension of the playoffs.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Rebound by Marshall.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Nance. And the jam by Larry Nance.
What I love about Larry Nance Jr. is he doesn't need the ball to be effective, but when he does get the ball, he shoots with high percentage.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, guys. Zion Williamson is a force to be reckoned with, but Coach Willie Green said he's just scratching the surface. He's going to continue to get better. Over and over again, he's making the right play. Kevin?
All right, DA, thanks. And statistically, more young players in the league today, Greg, than in decades past. Might be a reason the age limit wasn't lowered in this new CBA.
Yeah, I mean, the veterans saying, hey, we're already having a tough time sticking around. And I think having those guys helps on and off the court.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Mavericks trailed by 12. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Buries it from three-point range. Doncic has got 7 points.
Very rarely do you see Doncic out of rhythm with his jump shots, even off the dribble. His accuracy is too good.
Pass to Nance. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Well, we know that Larry Nance is a vertical spacer. This guy can score it on the interior. Good touch right there.
Here's Irving. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor. New Orleans leading by 11. To the inside. Here's Nance. Rebounded by Gafford.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that.
Doncic looking it over. Green. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
There's the 3. Good on the triple. He has 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Alvarado. wide open. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score, who lock in on the moment and play the right way. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Here's Ingram. 8 points his last outing. Screen by Valanciunas. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. Valanciunas has got 9 points.
Takes great confidence in catch-and-shoot situations, and you can see how comfortable Valanciunas is in that opportunity.
Doncic outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Ingram right side. Jacks up a three. 6 to shoot. From deep. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Outside Irving. Doncic outside. Over McCollum. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Jones, no luck.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. We've got more in store for you right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
Heads-up defensive play by Jonas Valanciunas. The alert, the aware, the always ready to send it back.
On the wing, Doncic. The putback.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Williamson looking it over. Lays it up off the glass. Williamson's got 10.
As you expect, Zion getting forceful and dominant inside.
And there's a whistle that goes on Herbert Jones. That's his first foul. Mavericks making a switch here.
Substitution for your Mavericks.
Outside Irving. And Catherine throws it down.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
And the dunk by Williamson.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Pass to Irving. Down low. Here's Washington. Pelicans pull it in.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Credit where credit is due. P.J. Washington is one hard-working guy on the floor. Isn't he, Greg?
He's got that grittiness to him, Kevin. Values every chance he gets to affect the game. And like you said, he puts a ton of effort into his play.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, the Mavericks' all-time great Dirk Nowitzki this summer was enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and received a huge statue outside the Mavericks arena. The iconic one-legged fadeaway immortalized in bronze. Inscribed on the base, loyalty never fades away. 21 letters, one for each of his 21 seasons playing in Dallas. Kevin?
Isn't that something? Great stuff, DA. Thank you.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
Mavericks trailed by 21. Doncic outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pass to McCollum. And here's Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Williamson, the screen. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Back to Doncic. There's a screen by Washington. To the paint. And then Washington with the dunk.
Now, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And Greg, when we get to the playoffs, how important are adjustments over the course of a series?
That's what it's all about. I mean, that chess match and the ability to find a plan B. And Kevin, over a 7-game series, you've got to be able to adjust and adapt. Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
It's stolen by Nance. This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Second team foul.
And it'll be
suck my dick.
No, they probably hot, but they froze in the faces. I didn't even rush, I was chosen but patient. Feeling like Russ, I went gold out the basement. Get it by the running eagle chains by the dozen. Told that I love him, it's a whole celebration. Barely getting started, but still gotta embrace it. When it's from the bottom, it's a different foundation. Yeah, it's a different bag waiting on the other side. I just wanna live in salvation. We ain't had enough. Speaking down, but they know who coming up. And I'm still on my way. But the top don't look too far from me. Never caught off, not one day. And I'm still on my way. Still on my way. And I'm still on my way. But the top don't look too far from me. No, the top don't look too far. Never caught off, not one day. Never caught off, not one day. But I'm still on my way.
And when they dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna do the whole bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. I got power. I said, put in the hours. And when they dropping off all that drip for free, you know you got power. And when they tryna throw the whole bag at me, oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. Okay, I got power. I said, put in the hours.
The ability to command and execute, but darling, you.
Okay. While as soon as I walked up in the entrance.
the excitement of the NBA is on the way. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Look at the Mavericks.
Yeah, and they just look sort of lost out there lately. You know, they're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
Now, here is Halliburton. Down low. Stolen by Washington. Irving with the ball. Halliburton picks him up. Rejected by Halliburton. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And Greg, taking a look at this one here tonight, the clash at the guard positions really stands out.
No question about it. Both teams rely heavily on their backcourts to get it done. And I'm interested to see which backcourt brings it tonight.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Now on the scoring column with that bucket, 1 for 2 this game.
Irving, an elusive scorer, so adept at finding space inside.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Doncic. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Siakam outside. Outside for Halliburton. Rebounded by Gafford.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And usually one of the league leaders in field goal percentage, Doris, Daniel Gafford. What a solid contributor.
Kevin, you love those role players who play within themselves, and that's exactly what Gafford gives you, an understanding of what his team needs. Rim running, rim protection, and rebounding.
First team foul.
Two things you love here. How confident Halliburton is offensively. The second is not afraid to take punishment while he's shooting the basketball.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Oh, Greg, there's a lot of impressive things about Tyrese Halliburton, most notably how efficient he is.
Yeah, Kevin, those percentages are terrific. But not only that, he's phenomenal at it, making sure he keeps his teammates involved. Just a remarkable young point guard.
Here's Halliburton following the score by Dallas. Indiana again missing.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
On its way from Irving for 2. Inside, Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
That passing ability complements Irving's scoring so well.
Halliburton drives in. And he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Doncic with the bucket.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
It's rebounded by Dallas. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Pocket 2. No good there off the double clutch. Pacers trailed by 6. Left side, Halliburton. To the paint. Here's Turner. Nice D from Doncic.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And it just